Hello, my name is MrSpaml, and today I'm here with... What the heck? Whoa, okay. Where do you guys come from?
How's it going?
What do you mean, how's it going? What are you doing in my house?
Well, I just thought it's an absolute beautiful set. I couldn't miss the opportunity to come and check it out.
Right.
I didn't know you'd be back this early, though.
Wait, you weren't going to rob me, were you?
Oh, no, definitely not. I was just checking out all the cool equipment.
Okay. And Brad, why are you here? Right. Clearly, as you can see, we're interviewing the one, the only, the mythical NYLEX. He's got his guitar. He's got the full outfit going. We've got loads of questions
Although I'm not wearing any mythicals.
Oh, that's not very good. Brad is, though. And if you're not already subscribed, what are you messing at? Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell button. And let's go ahead and get started. The first question, very interesting one. I was wondering this myself. How did you come up with the name NYLEX?
That is an interesting one. And the answer is either disappointing or it's a good story. It depends how you want to look at it. Because the actual origin of the name NYLEX, I do not know. Because I stole it.
Oh.
I'm a thief.
Oh no, you are a thief. You weren't gonna rob me.
It's it's a story of lies, deception, and Minecraft. So back in the day, when Minecraft was popping, I mean it's still popping now, but it was just hot on the scene, and I really wanted to play it, but I didn't have an account. So my friend very kindly said, "Oh, you can use my account, not a problem." Turns out it wasn't actually his account. He had also stolen this from some girl in our high school. So I logged into the account, and the name of it was NYLEX.
Okay.
And then it must have been a few months after that, we decided, you know what? We're going to make a YouTube channel. We're going to make some Minecraft content. And I guess you'd want it to correlate to the name. So I just chose my Minecraft name as my YouTube name.
So the name is stolen from a friend who stole it from a random girl in your school.
That is correct, yeah. I've not spoken to this random girl for about 6 years, but I'm so tempted to just message her and ask her how she came up with it, because I kind of want to know where it comes from.
Yeah, you'd think it means something, really.
Well, if you do a Google search of NYLEX, you'll find a bunch of different, it's like a watering company in Australia, I'm pretty sure. They do garden hoses. There's a NYLEX plastics clock. It's like a big monument that just says NYLEX on it. So I don't know the origin of the actual name, which is kind of disappointing. I wish I knew, but I mean, the story of how I stole it's still pretty funny.
Yeah, that's a pretty good story, really. Although you've got to find out, all right? I'm sure loads of people are going to be really curious now, all right? You got to find it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to message her after this and just ask her.
Yeah, let me know if there's any updates on that, and I'll edit it in now.
I'm kind of curious. How did you come up with MrSpaml?
Okay, I've told this story a few times. It's a weird one. Basically, when I was like 3 years old, I used to live in Wales. And because of that, my English was kind of like wishy-washy with a mixture of Welsh in there, and my spelling was ferocious. The heck?
Point proof.
Do they actually speak? I thought, obviously the Welsh language, I thought that was kind of dead. I didn't know people actively spoke it in Wales.
No, loads of it. It was like I had some lessons in English, some in Welsh, but I can't speak it now if you're going to ask. And first time I tried to write my name, I put MrSpaml. I don't know why. I think the Mr was just because I thought it was formal, and then the Spaml, like the P was supposed to be an A or something. I don't know. It's a mess.
Wow.
Incredible.
Like a language barrier almost.
Yeah, it's just I wish I could ask myself. Okay, thanks for that, Brad. You just throw in the bullying. All right. I appreciate that.
The most mysterious one of all, Brad. How did you get your name?
You're right. What I did, I took my name, Bradley, put it in a random name generator, and I came out with Brad.
That is amazing.
Next question: what do you do in your free time apart from making videos?
Well, I guess hobby-wise, I really like playing the guitar. As you can see, I got one in my back right now. That is definitely, aside from making YouTube, that is pretty much my main hobby. But apart from that, it's mainly just, playing video games with the boys. Before lockdown was a thing, we'd be out and about all the time. We'd be in pubs. Now I kind of forgot what the inside of a pub looks like. It's been so long. And then I guess on top of that, I mean, I try to stay relatively in shape. My dog Benji kind of forces me to do that. So I guess it's kind of good having him around.
It's very British.
Things.
Like, you couldn't have given a more British answer if you tried.
What the dog? Go to pub. Go out with boys.
Oh, brilliant. You got the northern in there. Right. Where do you see yourself in the future?
Ooh. That is a tough one.
That could be like life and YouTube, a bit of a mixture in there.
I do hope I'm still alive, definitely. I think sort of everyone hopes that they're in a great place in the future, don't they, really? I guess a few personal goals of mine would be like, if you're talking YouTube, I think the ultimate goal has to be 1 million subscribers, right? I mean, once you reach 1 million, I could die happy. I think that's like the main. I still want to be making videos, obviously, but it's just, I feel like, I don't know, with the content I make, where it takes a while to make it, I'm not gonna lie, and YouTube doesn't favor that these days. So you might have noticed on the channel nowadays, I'm trying to find that perfect balance between quality and quantity in order to actually grow substantially. It is a balancing act, but that is my ultimate YouTube goal, just 1 million subscribers.
Yeah, hopefully, then you can put your plaque, you send a picture to Fudgy, flex on him. Right.
They'll be like the 2 biggest Unturned YouTubers that actually upload.
That'd be sick. I think you'd only be like the 3rd Unturned YouTuber to reach 1 million, I think. I'm not sure about that. Maybe the 4th.
I think actually that's true.
But there's very few.
Yeah, I guess it depends how you count it, because there's a few that used to do Unturned but now don't, for example.
Like Big Boom and all of them.
Yeah, and to be honest, I don't even think Elite does Unturned anymore, does he?
It's Roblox with voice chat.
Yeah,
is what he calls.
Yeah, he calls it Roblox with voice chat. It's like, what the heck? Poor Unturned.
It is Unturned.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of going a step in the backwards direction. Unturned used to be Dead Zone, and now it's Unturned. But now it's gone back to Roblox.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
talking about the wonderful Unturned, what got you into Unturned?
See, this is another funny story, and you know what? It actually involves the same guy that gave me that Minecraft account. This guy, he should be responsible for.
Did you steal his Steam account?
No, I stole his Steam account and launched the game. In high school, when Unturned 2.0 first came out in like 2014, something like that. It was brand new, and my friend started playing it, and he told me about it, and he was like, "Oh, you should play this game." And I always saw him playing it on Steam, and I was just never bothered for it. I was like, I just never wanted to play it. And then I don't know exactly why. One day I must have been quite bored. I just booted it up. I started playing it, and I think from there I kind of fell in love with it. It was, I don't know. It's a really weird turn of events, because that same friend has just, like, he made videos with me when I first started sort of making Unturned videos. And yeah, he was the one that got me into it pretty much. He would just tell me to play it, and I always told him no. I think it's because I was playing a lot of Rust Legacy at the time, so the art style of Unturned never really appealed to me.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of getting used to with the low poly. And I know when I first played it, it did put me off a little bit with how the game looks, but once you actually play the game, you get used to it quite quickly, and you really look past the graphics.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's just when people see it from like an outsider perspective, it's so easy to judge it because they don't actually play the game. Whereas the game itself, I mean, I'd argue that it's one of the best survival games out there in terms of mechanics and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's up there with Rust and all of that.
Definitely. It just kind of looks like this, so.
Yeah,
very happy looking. It's a free Rust kind of, not really.
Yeah,
I mean, yes.
I do like the art style. I think it's quite innocent, and it's quite like easy on the eyes. I do like it, but it's just, you've got to look past it when you're first playing it, because it can put a lot of people off, I feel like.
Yeah, speaking of YouTube, who inspired you to start making videos?
Ooh, to start originally, wow, I'd probably have to give that one to the Syndicate project. He, I mean, I'm sure you know who he is, Syndicate. He used to do all his Minecraft series back in the day. He did the Hunting Optic one, the Survival Island, the Minecraft project. I was like obsessed with his channel, and yeah, I wanted to do Minecraft videos myself. That kind of didn't end up working out, clearly, but I would say as far as the like RP stuff comes into play and like all the like cinematic stuff, I'd have to say Frankie on PC. Obviously, he is my number one favorite YouTuber of all time. Still kind of sad that he hasn't given us an upload in about what 3 years, something like that, 4 years maybe. But yeah, and then yeah, for the RP side of things, I'd say like Mr. Moon. I don't know if you're familiar with him. I had the pleasure of meeting him a few years ago.
I don't know who this guy is. I'll have to look him up when I'm editing this. I don't know.
He does a lot of like DayZ movies and stuff like that.
Oh right, I didn't get into Unturned for a long time. Like I started playing Unturned in like late 2016, so yeah, I missed out on all the old days of 2.0, which I know Brad was playing on.
Yeah.
Oh well.
To
be fair, 2016. That's probably when I started like properly making videos. I remember, like, you know, obviously Frankie on PC does all the Arma 3 DayZ stuff, and then Mr. Moon, he does like, it's really impressive. It's like unscripted RP, but he stays in character the whole time. It is really good. Yeah, those two definitely biggest inspiration.
What was your first successful video?
My first successful one. I think it kind of depends how you like define success, you know, like when it comes to
like the
views,
first video that like you thought, wow, this is like, you know, made your channel kind of thing.
Yeah. So the first sort of, I guess you could call it cinematic, you know, I had a few little camera shots in there. It was me and a few of my friends playing just a PvP server, but we sort of incorporated a story into it. That video unfortunately is now deleted because I had some copyright issues, sad times. But it was weird because I went from having, I don't know, 200 subscribers to and getting like, you know, 100 views per video or something, to just overnight getting like, it got thousands of views with this one video. It was really weird. And then I just carried on kind of making videos from there. And then I think the first real success I would count is definitely the nuke. I think like we put, it was such like a iconic video. We put like,
that video.
Yeah. I remember watching that back in the day, and I literally the entire thing, I was sat there pretty much, you know, in my brain noting things down on how I can make Unturned films like that.
I mean, it inspired all of your films pretty much, Spaml.
Yeah, no, definitely.
We did the nuke film, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, that means a lot, man.
Like a huge inspiration for me to even start making films. And I think I'm finally these days trying to get up to your level. You know, I'm trying my best.
Yeah, I think back then it was just, I don't think anything like that had been done with Unturned, and it was such an iconic video. And we put so much work into it, and then seeing the results of it like blow up, it was just, yeah, that was definitely the most successful I've ever felt with a video. I think that kind of defined the channel.
We've been talking about too much good stuff about Unturned, alright? It's not all good. What don't you like about Unturned?
It's definitely not all good. It's definitely not. I think the first thing that comes to mind with like the bad stuff is the vehicle physics, hands down.
Whoa.
I mean, there's nothing worse than driving a car in Unturned. You could be going along a straight road and you would be buckarooing, kangarooing all over the road. It is awful. Aside from that, though, I would have to say, just from a video perspective, a lack of animations, I guess, you know, to make things look a bit better, like cinematic wise.
Oh, I think my game just crashed. What the heck?
Uh-oh.
That's a problem with Unturned?
No, I think that's just me. I don't know.
There you go. That could not have been more perfect.
Right, sorry about the crash. I'm back, guys. Don't worry. So where were we? The downsides of Unturned. What don't you like?
Conveniently, yeah, we were. Yeah, so like I mentioned, the vehicle physics definitely is a big issue. I think this is a boring answer, but from like a server hosting perspective, I'd love to see it a lot more optimized, you know, for more players, for example. I mean, my live server, like 24 players is the max we'd go. We used to have it on like 40 plus players, and it was just, the lag was unbearable. FPS and network, it was bad.
Yeah, that's very appropriate. Me and Brad did a video recently where we tried to get to 100 players on a server. We got up to like 83, I think, and that was it was chaotic.
Not
the game
too bad, but the stuttering happens.
Yeah, you get like this
Where
stutter.
did you find that many players?
Spaml did an announcement pretty much. I mean, my server's 100 slots, and it gets up there, but it does get a bit chaotic.
Yeah, it kind of breaks.
So. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful. I know the feel, especially with mods and plugins and everything. It's just
mod killer,
the
and then
players,
FPS as well. Yeah,
definitely.
What is your favorite game? Obviously, besides Unturned, if Unturned is your favorite game.
Yeah, I think Unturned's like the obvious one, really, in it. But yeah, that is a tough one. I think besides like Unturned and maybe even Minecraft, the game I play very often has to be CS:GO. I mean, that's the game I always go back to, even though it's not, it's not like a story game or like a relatively impressive game. It's just the game that me and my friends always go back to. We've played it for I don't know, like 7 years now. But apart from that, if we're talking like story games, I love the Half-Life series back in the day. Even like Grand Theft Auto, like GTA 5 is one of the best made games like ever, in my opinion. I know it's kind of like a basic answer, but that is that's just how I feel. I mean,
it is a really good game. I've played the GTA 5 story. I haven't played Half-Life 1 or 2 because I kind of missed out on that. But I have played Alex, and that was a fantastic game, like in VR.
Yeah,
really good game. Oh, have you played Alex as well?
I've not completed it, so if you have, don't spoil it.
Ooh.
But I have played.
She dies
played a good chunk
at the
of it.
end. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm kidding.
To be fair, Half-Life 1, you just don't even need to play. I mean, that came out in literally 1998. It doesn't hold up too well, and it really vaguely correlates to Half-Life 2 anyway, so you're probably fine just skipping that.
Now, you kind of touched on this question earlier, but do you ever see yourself not making videos anymore?
Oh, absolutely not. I think it's too just engraved in my DNA now to make videos. I don't know, it's so like fulfilling, and I get so much enjoyment out of it that I just don't think I will. I've always like made videos since I was like a kid. I used to make little like Lego stop motion animations when I was a kid, and ever since just being a young age, I've always like made some sort of videos. So it's such a creative outlet that I just don't think I'd ever stop, basically.
Yeah, great answer. How about let me switch that question up a little bit. Not on the list, but do you ever see yourself not making Unturned videos anymore?
Weirdly enough, I kind of do. Not that I'm sick of the game whatsoever, because I love the game and I love the opportunity for content with it. I just feel like if we got to a point where, I mean, obviously Unturned 2 is around the corner. Well,
we hope so.
Hope
it's somewhere. That's going to be a complete breath of fresh air for the game. But maybe a few years down the line, when the sort of Unturned saga just comes to a stop and it just fizzles out, I feel like as a YouTuber you kind of have to sort of move on from that. Although I'll never just turn my back on it, I'll never just cold turkey quit. I just feel like there's so much more opportunity for content out there in different fields. I mean, I've always wanted to make Arma 3 DayZ videos. I just never have.
Yeah, I can imagine you making a DayZ video.
Yeah,
I would love to.
Yeah, you do have the voice for it. Very dramatic and with like armor. Yeah, it would work quite well.
I would love it. But just stuff like that. I mean, stuff that you can't really do in Unturned. And yeah, you never know. But for now, I'm definitely sticking around for the foreseeable.
Hopefully Unturned 2 comes out, which whenever it does, what do you want to see in it?
Well, I'd like to see the game first and foremost.
Good answer.
But aside from that, Nelson has been doing such a good job, I feel like, in sort of just making the game absolutely perfect. But I feel like a system such as this is going to sound strange, but like Minecraft's Redstone or Rust's electricity system, something like that could be quite cool.
That's a really good idea.
Like contraptions for your base or whatever it may be. You could just, it would require some brain power to sort of figure out all the components as well. I think it had a really good aspect to the game.
Yeah, you tie that in with more advanced physics, and you could have stuff where it's like you build a trap that like flips cars and stuff like that. And
yeah, exactly.
A lot of potential there. That's a very creative answer. Other than electricity, is there anything in particular that you might want to see?
I'd say probably, and I think, well, it's already been confirmed. It's already been added, actually. The Bandit NPC is something I've been looking forward to for a while. Again, going back to Armor, there is, on like Armor 3 DayZ servers, for example, there's complete AI missions where, you could pretty much be on your own in single player, and there's, there'll be a group of bandits just, I don't know, taking over an airfield. You have to go and clear it out. And it just adds another layer of I guess gameplay or replayability even. Aside from that, I just love to see a focus on more like survival aspects, not necessarily just killing each other. So like hunting, for example, making that more advanced would be quite nice to see. Just things like that, really. Just little tweaks to make it as perfect as possible.
Yeah, I always like to describe it as in the little tiny things in games make you feel like you're way more in the game. It's like my favorite moments from playing like Rust, for example, are the moments where you're just like sitting there with your friends or you're off looting. Like the little things make the game so much more enjoyable.
Yeah, 100%. I feel that. You could just be sat around a campfire with your friends.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really good example.
It's as simple as that.
And if you tie that in with like a good hunt beforehand, the game would be so much more enjoyable. Or
spinning that little wheel to determine who goes and picks the resources, little things like that.
Do you have any big plans in the works?
Well, I don't want to make a promise and like not deliver. But people that have been a fan of the channel for a while, back in the day, we used to make the old big boy movies, as I like to call them. I do have a complete script pretty much ready for one of those videos. The only problem is time. I'm quite tied up at the minute on a few other things. So actually finding the time to make it and make it good is a whole nother like can of worms, I guess. And even going back to the previous question about like other content and stuff with other games, I do have some plans for that. I don't want to like say anything because in case it just falls through and it never happens, but yeah, non-Unturned content I have plans for, and a big boy movie in Unturned I have plans for.
Ooh.
I think those are the two biggest ones I have.
Could you give us a little hint of what the film's about, or is it a secret?
It will involve a big flying object.
Could I be the alien? Right.
We're going to the moon.
To be fair, I would love. I'm asking during the interview because why not? But could I make a little guest appearance in this?
I would love to have that. Yeah, absolutely. The more collaboration, the better. I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. But just a tiny little scene. Obviously, I don't want to mess up with your script. I'm sure you've already got people planned for certain roles and whatever. Just a little appearance, obviously built into the story. I don't want it to not make sense.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'd love to do that.
All right, brilliant. Yeah, that's how you get a job.
Everyone. Subscribe to NYLEX if you aren't already.
I'm pretty sure they are, Brad. Let's be real.
Yeah, true. Out of all your videos that you've uploaded, which one is your favorite?
Well, I think you already know what's coming. It has to be the nuke. Yeah. The most iconic. Although, if it wasn't the nuke, because that's good for its own reasons, but I feel like production-wise and quality-wise, I feel maybe the Black Hawk raid or the submarine raid. I would have to give that to.
Yeah, I think my favorite would be the Black Hawk. The Black Hawk.
Yeah, I think that just came together so nicely. I don't know, the little action scenes we had and the story and everything just kind of tied in quite nicely. So I'm kind of proud of that.
This was a question by your fans, by the way. All right, so blame them. Do you think that Unturned 2 will be out anytime soon?
No.
We want a solid release date, all right, man? Come on.
Honestly, I think that with what Nelson has planned for the game, it's just going to take so long to make it right. I think he's taking his time with it, and he is just not rushing any aspect of it. In my opinion, that's worth it. I can wait, and it'll be worth the wait. But I really don't see it coming anytime soon. I mean, even this time next year, we may be sat here in this very room talking about Unturned 2. and when it's going to happen.
2v1 MrSpaml. Spaml thinks it's coming out next year. My bet's on
well,
2023.
it depends what you class as out, because it's like we just want that first basic map and kind of enough items, like not released fully, but just enough to start making content on it. Is when
like
I would
playable,
consider
I
it.
guess.
Yeah, I hope that's quite soon, because there's so much content that it's just ready to be made in Unturned 2. The potential there is massive.
Absolutely. Just even the systems that are already in place now, it's just I cannot wait to actually start making videos on that game when it's properly a game. It's just, like I say, I don't know. I really don't know when it's going to happen. I'm just basing this off the time it's taken Nelson between current updates of the game. Like, it might take a few months to add, just like a handful of features, which obviously they're very good features and they're made with, precision and care and, incredibly high quality. But because it takes that long to get the rest of the game done, that's just gonna, I do think it will be more than a year. Unfortunately.
And if you've seen his Trello, it goes on for
have you seen
while.
his Trello?
Oh, yeah.
The list
Talk
is
about scrolling.
massive. Yeah, it just goes on forever. Like, me and Brad have spoke about this before, but we feel like the only way Unturned 2 would be out fully sooner, would be if Nelson actually brought more people on to help out. But other than that, it's going to be quite the wait.
Yeah, I really don't know how Nelson feels about like having more people on the team, because I feel like he views Unturned as like his baby. He doesn't want anyone to touch it. It's his. And I can kind of, I kind of respect that. But I don't know. If there was an actual development team behind it, we could have this in months. But it's just one man. Well, in fact, how many men is it? Is it just Nelson, or is there?
It's
him working on it, and then a community manager, which is Tyler.
Yeah.
It's not many. It really is pretty much just him.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. He's a one-man army. And on top of that, he does have to balance, the upkeep of 3.0 and all that stuff. So,
hopefully before 2023.
I hope so. Even the date sounds so far in the future.
Oh, it does.
No. Next question is from the fans as well. When is the next season of Unturned Survival Roleplay coming out?
Of course, it's from the fans. I get that so often. Well, I don't have a release date, but it will happen, because that story is definitely not over. It's been left untold. It's just a case of doing it. At the minute on the channel, we're doing Life RP, and I'm really focused on that. But of course, the survival RP is definitely gonna happen. I just can't say when. Like, I don't even have, a date in mind or anything. So I think once we do the movie that I mentioned earlier, I think that will really kickstart the desire to do a lot more survival RP again. So that might just be what we need to get back on it.
So the answer's before 2023, everyone.
Right, thanks for
exactly.
the that's a pretty accurate release date.
Yeah, so the next season of Survival RP, it will happen before Unturned 2 comes out. I can guarantee it.
The Nelson just surprise drops Unturned 2.
Tomorrow,
I'm not sure if I wouldn't be mad then, because then you'd be busy making Unturned 2 videos. Who knows? Maybe the next season will be an Unturned 2.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. You never know.
We've got a very important question here from Lord Cheese. You ready for this?
Go on. I'm ready for this.
Do you like cheese?
I absolutely love cheese. Cheese on anything. Honestly, cheese makes anything better.
Right, very important question. Brilliant.
To an extent.
Brilliant question to end on. Thank you very much for watching. There is the subscribe button covering Brad's face over there. Click it and click the subscribe when it pops out. NYLEX is kind of in between two videos. Incredible video up there. Great video down there. And I'll see you in the next video.
Oh, he's in God mode.
I didn't want to starve halfway through the interview, so I thought I'd put myself in God.